honestly, if they were to have more of a community, like they were to talk with the community more than just with the, like themselves. Like they're their own team. They're not as creative as some people think. Yeah, they made meta, yeah, but sometimes they're gonna need help from the community, just to like an inspiration of what they might want, what they want. Like the whole community wants something as well. It just can't all be just the whole company. We want to be involved too.
I feel like eventually all social media will kind of come into it and everything, but other than that, I don't really keep up with it.
Yo, I've never been to Horizon in my life. Like, I have friends that go to Horizon, but like me myself personally, I don't really mess with that kind of stuff. And I feel like it's mainly just because like, was it like on VR chat? Like I met like a lot of great people and stuff like that. And I'm not saying that if I go to Horizon, I won't meet some great people. But at the end of the day, I'm already kind of comfortable where I am. So why go anywhere else?
And like, what do you think about Meta themselves?
Honestly, I don't have any comments on Meta, to be honest. I don't really keep up with them. I just kind of get on VR just to get on VR. You know what I'm saying? To have fun. You know what I'm saying? It's a game after all. Kind of like, you know, PlayStation or Xbox.
Oh my god, personally, I hate the company Meta. I think that what they did is like really fucking stupid with the name and everything. Like they just completely stole it from like a sci-fi book, 100%. And they don't know like their they think they know their target audience, but they don't know their target audience, right? Like we are very vocal about what we want in the meta space and in the metasphere, but they're so like against actual change, and they're like, "Oh no, we're doing it this way." Like you saw what they did with their VR game that they made, right? And they've been trying to like buy out every single VR like company, asset, developer, whatever it is, right? So they own everything and have like the monopoly, which is so ridiculous because it's literally like a pride at this point, I think, because Mr. Zuck over there just can't figure out how to properly run his own metasphere. It's so weird.
Mark Zuckerberg's a fucking robot. Fuck that guy. I mean, like, go spend some money on some bitches for once. I don't give. Just stay away from fucking Facebook. Like, my mom has Facebook, and she like gets these a ton of fucking DMs and like random links that her friends sent, but they actually didn't send it, and like it's fucking shit because Facebook is shit. Yeah, Mark Zuckerberg can, you know, he can go fuck himself.
So, what do you think about though his whole trying to get into VR and trying to create like his own Horizon worlds and his own metaverse? What did you think about that?
I wish he stayed the fuck away from VR. Fucking VR did not need him. He's just got fucking money, so he decided to buy Meta. And fucking, I mean, you gotta deal with it now, but like, it's fucking shit that he got involved with VR.
I mean, I mainly think that like, I don't really understand why it failed that much. I feel like they were trying to do too much too soon. I feel like that was the main issue. Just like, I feel like Meta's weird. Just like, I don't understand why like they changed the symbol for like whatever reason. I don't get it. I feel like it's dumb and that they lost like some popularity from it. I don't hate Meta, you know. Meta's like what powered this game on Oculus, so like I could play and like talk to you and meet other people. I just think that like maybe they could have done a better job a little bit.
as far as making it more accessible to people, it certainly has its place, but there's definitely going to be some competition out there as far as like VR or accessibility goes. Like you already have like companies like the one that owns Steam, Valve, that is that's like kind of like starting to pioneer that like next level of like VR. It certainly has its place.
I mean, like, I've never really used Facebook for anything in particular, just because, you know, growing up I was told you can't have social media till you're like 13, and by the time I got to that age, I didn't really have an interest in it because, you know, I hadn't used it before, and I didn't really have friends who used it either. But I didn't really, you know, get a Facebook account until I got a headset to link it to the Meta Quest. I still don't use Facebook. I only use it for the meta. I just think, you know, Mark Zuckerberg's in it for the money. That's really what I think about the whole company. But unfortunately, without, you know, him, we wouldn't have Oculus, we wouldn't have, you know, VR chat, we wouldn't get to hang out with, you know, new people, make new friends.
But is that true? Didn't he just buy Oculus? He didn't, you know, create Oculus. He bought it from the guy that made Oculus.
Well, I know, but, like, he's the one who made it widely known and, you know, made it to where a lot could be produced at once, so, you know, a lot of people could have it.
What do you think about his failed metaverse?
I've tried it. It really sucks. I think the only way he could possibly get it to be halfway decent is if maybe he got some people who either produced VR chat or Rec Room to make it better. It just sucks. It's really slow. It I don't know. It's just weird. I don't like the setup.
Well, I think it's like copying something that's already been invented, right? And so, that's probably why it flopped, is because there's people that are invested in, like, a different program than them, and yeah, they wouldn't want to try it out.
Meta, here's the thing, it's like, I have mixed feelings on it, because it's like, what an exciting disappointment. And I mean that in saying that, the product they put out was so subpar, and it was just it felt very cheap and soulless, and you could tell it just did not connect with people the way they thought it would. And the reason I call it, and that's the disappointment, but the reason I call it an exciting disappointment is because I didn't want Meta to be a powerhouse here. Like, that company, honestly, they're not the people I want in charge, you know what I'm saying? The more of a big corporation takes control of a space, the more you start to lose, like, your freedom of expression, and I feel like if VR chat what makes it so awesome right now, and I don't know how long this is going to be able to last, but the fact that we just, anything you could think of, you create. You can make any avatar, you can make any kind of world, you do all kind of crazy stuff within reason, you know what I mean? And there's no gigantic corporate force coming down and saying, oh, this is not allowed, and that's breaking copyright, and blah, 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 blah. You know, we're supposed to work within the bounds and all this stuff, but it's with Meta not being, top dog, I feel like VR really does have a chance to grow more before somebody tries to put a cage around it, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. I feel like VR chat now is like the internet back in the early 2000s, early 90s, or late 90s, early 2000 era, before all the corporate, people stuff ads in it and like selling your data information and all that stuff. Before all that happened, fun place, like you said, people to express themselves, and we don't know how long that's gonna last. And it's not gonna last forever, sadly.
Nope.
Yeah.
But we're lucky. We're experiencing the wild west of VR right now. You know what I mean?
I know. What a time to be alive, right?
It's awesome.